Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You are knowing what you are wanting? An evolving thing, yes. You are appreciating the evolution of your own personal preferences and desires. And of course, those unfulfilled, not yet manifested desires, you like those most of all, yes? You do understand that when you ask, it is always given? So where's my stuff? I know I've been asking, and if it's true that it is being given, then where is it? And we say it is being lovingly tended for you in vibrational escrow. Just waiting for you to achieve vibrational alignment with it. When you ask for something that you're not a vibrational match to, it is there for you. But you cannot realize it or manifest it or receive it because you cannot set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98 FM. The frequencies have to line up. So if your frequency is set on, I don't have enough money, even though you've been asking plenty of times for plenty more money, if your frequency is set on not enough money, you can't match up with more money. If your frequency is set on something's wrong with my body, you can't match up with an improved bodily condition. If your frequency is set on nobody loves me or my lover is eluding me, you have to change your vibrational frequency. And the reason that most people do not know that and are not actively working to improve their vibrational condition is because most are observing what is and offering most of their vibration in response to what is. So you look at what is, it doesn't please you, but you offer a vibration about it because you cannot give your attention to anything without offering a vibration about it. So you look at it, you offer a vibration about it. Law of attraction matches your vibration so you get more of it, which you look at. And then you offer a vibration about it. Law of attraction matches your vibration so you get more of it, which you look at. So you offer a vibration about it. Law of attraction matches your we could go on, but actually there is nothing more important for you to realize than if you are observing what is cannot change. There will be different places and different faces, but essentially the essence of what you continue to manifest will continue to be the same because you continue to offer a vibration that continues to attract similar things. Does that make sense to you? Today we want to talk with you about your being the creator of your own experience, but we want to introduce a new way of looking at it called vibrational relativity. Sometimes we are lovingly amused when we have to start at a very base elementary place with our physical friends by explaining to them that if it feels good, it is. Because somehow you've gotten so crossways of your own guidance system that you may not believe this, but there are actually people around you who believe that struggle is good and that pain and struggle is good. And we're wanting you to understand that if you are only evaluating your life based upon the action part of it, in other words, there's the action part of your life, which is where I am right now and what I'm observing right now and what I have come to right now and what I have been attracting, and so what's culminating, what's manifesting, that's the action part of my life. I'm 200 pounds overweight, that's the action part of my life. I have been given a diagnosis of some terminal dreaded disease, that's the action part of my life. I just got a speeding ticket, that's the action part of my life. My girlfriend ran off with someone else, that's the action part of my life. But the action part of your life, and so we understand how if you are looking at the action part of your life, if you're looking at what is actually happening right now, what you've come to, so to speak, we can understand how it would be hard for you to acknowledge the vibrational part of your life. You're so busy looking at the manifestations that you've come to and wanting to deal with them, we can see how action would seem to you like it should play a big role in your experience. And if you are only comparing the action part of your life, we can certainly understand how if you walk up on a fist fight and you see a big bully beating up on some person who seems to truly be at a disadvantage, we can see how you would question, should you not jump into it and see if you can save the little guy's life? We can understand how that action seems like the only thing that under those conditions you might be able to do. Meditation is sort of too little too late. Lining up your energy, making a list of positive aspects is sort of too little too late. We understand how the action part of your life seems like a big important part of your life. But we want to help you to understand that you have two concurrent journeys running along here in every moment of every day. There's the action journey, which from our way of explaining it means what you've come to, where you're at, what's not going to change this red hot minute. It's not going to change immediately. It will change, just not right now. It is what it is, what it is. But then there's this vibrational journey, this emotional journey that's run alongside of it that if you're not aware of and you don't do something about changing the emotional journey, then the action journey, or what is just going to keep culminating pretty much like it has been. You notice in your own life and maybe in the lives of others, there are all kinds of people whose lives keep going the same. Different places, different faces, but the same theme runs through their life. Different people abusing them, different people taking advantage of them, different people disappointing them. But it is the same essence of the same life experience because it's coming from the same vibrational point of attraction. So what we're wanting you to begin to consider is that yes, you've got this action journey, and yes, it is what it is, but you have some options that you may not have been considering. We were visiting with a woman not long ago who has painful arthritis in her hips. And we said to her, so that's what is, and it's not going to change today or maybe even tomorrow. It is what it is. But you have some emotional options. You can have painful arthritis in your hips and you can be fearful. Or you can have painful arthritis in your hips and you can be hopeful. And the vibrational difference between fearful and hopeful is a huge vibrational difference. It's so huge that it makes the difference between how long you're going to keep walking into another day with painful hips. If you can separate your response to what is emotionally by having more fun with it, by caring more about how you feel. If you can start tending to your vibration, then you can start changing your future outcome. Unless you tend to your emotions, unless you do something about the way you feel, then you have no creative control. You're just responding to conditions. And then we understand why many of you, in fact, it seems that most of our physical human friends are determined that they're just going to wrestle the conditions to the ground and change them. Because you look at a condition and it doesn't please you and it makes you feel bad. And then you look at a condition which does please you and it makes you feel good. And then you say, I've got the answer. We need to control the conditions. And we say, you can't get big enough political parties or big enough religious gatherings or big enough armies or big enough bombs to make them behave the way you think you need them to behave so that you can feel better. You've got to stop practicing this conditional love. It's not going to work. It is not working. How is it working out for you? In other words, if you need conditions to change before you feel better, and before you feel better, your vibration has to change. If you need the condition to change before your vibration can change, then you're in deep trouble. If you need, and so that's what people come around to. They say, I've got arthritis in my hips, or I don't have enough money, or my lover left me, and I need that condition to get back to the place that I can enjoy it again before I can feel better. And we say, you're asking the impossible. You're saying, give me something that I'm not a vibrational match to, and once you've given me something that I'm not a vibrational match to, then I'll be a vibrational match to it. And we say, that's like saying, I'm going to set my radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and I expect 98.6 FM to come through it. Jerry and Esther, when they were checking the computer just now, have something they don't understand happening. Abraham's microphone was blaring into the computer, giving him a much bigger signal than they should have, even when the microphone was muted. It's not possible, they kept saying, and yet there it was. There was a vibrational misalignment that they do not know what happened, why it is there, that was giving them an action result that they didn't want. And they did not get to the bottom of it. They just switched microphones. We're on the guest mic right now, and it's working beautifully. We'll see how you do on Abraham's mic. So what we're getting at is your frequencies have to match up. In other words, there is always a vibrational explanation for everything. And once you get to the bottom of the vibrational explanation, then anything that's manifesting makes perfect sense to you. But unless you get to the vibrational essence of it, when you're messing around out there on the edge, trying to figure out how to adjust some condition or circumstance, you are very limited. Now, we're not saying that you could not take your brute force and pick something up and move it to another place. We're not saying that at all. Of course, your action is a part of your experience. But what we are saying is the essence of what you feel is the essence of what is playing out in your experience, because the law of attraction is the manager that manages this vibrational universe. And until you decide to get control of your vibration, you cannot be a deliberate creator. And the way you get control of your vibration is by saying once and for all, it matters to me how I feel. Finally, I'm going to come back around to acknowledging that I was born with a guidance system, and good means good. If it feels good to me, then it is a good path for me. Jerry and Esther have navigational systems in their vehicles, and if they're pointed in the wrong direction of where they have told the contraption they want to go, this device says, when possible, make a legal U-turn. In other words, it's very clear to the directional device that when they said they want to go west, that when they're going east, they're going in the wrong direction. When they're in Phoenix and they want to go to San Diego, they head west. And if they get turned around in Yuma for some reason and start going back toward Phoenix, their navigational device is going to throw a fit. It's going to say, when possible, make a legal U-turn. When possible, make a legal U-turn. And it won't stop. It will continue to say, as long as you've programmed me for this destination, I'm going to keep telling you you're going in the wrong direction. And your navigational system is telling you the same thing. When you know you want something that feels like this, and you're focused upon something that feels in opposition to it, you are emitting a vibrational signal that is not letting you receive what you're asking for. So there's a 3-step process to the creation process, and it's a 3-step process whether you are aware of the 3 steps or not. 2 of the steps you don't need to be aware of. Step 1 and step 2, you don't even have to know about them, because the universe has been so cleverly orchestrated that those 2 steps are managed perfectly with that.